Good evening and welcome to my week in review. Hello, this is Captain Stitches and I am Jean, where we step into my cottage at the end of each week and I share with you what I have been working on, what I have been able to accomplish, and hopefully inspire you to work on a few of the projects that you have going. So let's see what I did this week. First of all, you know that I have been working on the baskets and I did complete another one. This is the small version, I believe. Let me check. Yes, I had to check. One of the small ones, I have to put the handles on yet. Going to put the leather ones on. That's sitting in the bottom of that, waiting for me to do that. But so this one is complete in the beautiful blues, browns, and beige. And there is, let's see if the light will catch it there. I think it is a little bit, but there's a sparkly yarn in there. I think you can see that sparkling. But finished that one, and of course, as always, the minute I finish one, I start another. So have that going in this colorway, and it is going to be a large one. So let's put that back there. But so have that going, and then I have pulled out maybe one new project that I've been working on, but I've been working on some older ones this week because, as you know, I'm going through everything, doing the big reorganization. So I'm finding a few things along the way and going, hey, let's get that finished so it's not taking up space and can be used for how it was intended instead. So one of those things, while going through all my massive yarn, I found this Afghan beautiful diamond pattern that I had not finished. So I went ahead and I finished it. I'm not going to open it up all the way, but it has the beautiful diamond pattern going through it. And then it has this edging all the way around the outside edge. So that is now completed, and it is a nice couch sofa, like a sofa size throw to cover up with. So that is also now completed. One of the other things that I pulled and am working on completing is this is actually the pillowcases. Let me unfold this one. It's, I can show you some of that. But these are the pillowcases that I made that coordinate with the quilt that I made that is on our master bedroom bed. And I am working on, you can see there is a blanket stitch along the bottom here. On this one, you will see that I am adding a crocheted trim on the bottom of that, and of course we will press that and get that out, but that is what I am working on completing on those. So that will soon be done, and I just realized that this Afghan is maybe going to match that and look neat on the end of the bed. As I was holding that up, that thought went through my mind. So, and then I also pulled out this little Christmas wall hanging that combines some embroidery work, and I am working on finishing the hand quilting. As you can see, I'm following the pattern there and doing a crosshatch in the background on that, but working on getting this completed also. Some of the smaller projects that there's not that much to do, working on trying to get those all done. And then one of the others that I have done, which this is a photo, an older photo, they are older than this now, of my two grandchildren, Jack and Jewel. It is my favorite picture that I have of them all dressed up and ready to go out. I think we're celebrating their father's when he was getting a Chief Master Sergeant, his stripes for that in the Air Force, which he is now retired. But that is what that photo is from. And I'm working on this snippet roll, as you recall, and that is the next section on there. And so I have been working on that, and I am adding some beaded trim up on the bottom, at the top of that photo, kind of to frame it and go around, and then adding the stitching on that. And it's called a snippet roll because it's a long thing you keep adding, and then it is rolled up on a old wooden spool spindle like this, and then you can unroll it afterwards, and it is a nice display of all of your beautiful embroidery slow stitching work. So I am working on that also presently. And the new project, of course, that I have started, and let me see, I know that I pulled the pattern to be able to show what it is going to be. Started working on this project with Mike, a New York beauty, last night during Saturday night soul stitching, and am doing the sampler of the stitches that we will be using first. So have been working on that also this week, and hope to have that completed in the next, this week or whenever, but just the sampler part, and then we'll be going on to the actual pattern itself, which is a beautiful one with wool. If you check back on the video from last night, that is Saturday Night Soul Stitching, you will see the beautiful wools that I'm using on that project. So working on that. And what do I have coming up? Of course, always a little secretive on that, but something that is in this bag. And that's all that I am going to say. So that you can look forward to coming up in the near future. So that leads us to mail call. And I do have a little bit of mail this week. Let me see. Okay, this was from Colonial Needle Company, which is where I get most of my hand quilting needles, and they carry a bunch of other needles as well. But what I really needed was a new thimble, because for some reason I have misplaced my gold thimble, which is, I have two sizes that I use because throughout the day your finger actually changes. In the morning it can be smaller, and by afternoon it can be larger. So I always have two thimbles. Well, I misplaced my gold one. I have two silver and one gold, which I guess I actually have three different sizes presently. But so I needed to replace that because I cannot quilt without a thimble.